Good morning. Today is Monday. It's February 8th. It's 7 a.m. in the year of 2021, and that's coming at you from Eastern Standard Time. We have sort of a smaller dev group meeting. Some of our guys, it can be tough to get everybody because we're so international. So, but anyways, you guys can see my screen here. This is the Hive-Engine weekly chat. And what you should be able to see is that, hey guys, this is kind of exciting. This is from Don Chait here. The market pool contract is doing swaps in my testnet and on the chain. Still have one or two more actions to add before it's ready to code review, and docs are coming soon. I'll be working on this heavily in the next few days. Looking forward to helping with integration on the various front ends eventually too. So he includes a draft of what that thing looks like. So I'm pretty stoked about it because I think diesel pools are going to be just like a major innovation for Hive-Engine. So that's really exciting to me, and I feel like that's a major upgrade. Also, this is a weird time for me because this is like right as kids are going to school. So when it's normally just like the team, I don't mind a little bit of background noise. So sorry to anybody listening that is hearing some early morning shows from my toddler or voices from the toddler. But anyways, so that's just a phenomenal way to kick this thing off. Because now that it's working on the test, we're going to get, I don't know, probably like another week or so of bug fixes and tweaks, and it seems like we really need to get the incentives for liquidity providers put into that thing too. But once that's done, all eyes are going to be on getting the front ends ready for this. And, I'm feeling fairly confident that we're going to be able to launch diesel pools before the end of the month, which, I don't know, should just be an incredible upgrade for Hive-Engine. How's that sound to you guys?
Sounds pretty awesome. I'm impressed. That's going to be really great.
Yeah, take a peek at the code. I mean, I can't read code all that well, but it looks like it's a pretty solidly written set of steps. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to see.
I'm happy to take a look at it once he's got it finalized a bit more.
Right.
Want to hold off until it's in a good state for review.
All right. Manser, you want to tell us about Ethereum and where you are with that?
All right, sure. So I've been continuing to work on our Ethereum gateway. So here is the current project status. So I have finished rewriting the withdrawal flow to use custom JSON transactions for swap.eth. So that has been tested and it's working really well on the Ropstem test network. And this week I'm going to be setting up the processes on an official engine server where they'll be running in test mode 24 hours a day. And that will facilitate the ability of Lion to work on the UI side of things. So he'll have to hook the front end into the back end processes. And we'll probably use some dummy test token just to make sure the whole thing works. I'm thinking probably gamer token because that's cheap and easy to use for testing. So that'll be our test F. And then once everything's working, then we can start setting up production configuration. And while I'm setting up the new server, I'm also working on getting some Discord notifications put in. The Ethereum gateway does support Discord notifications, but I need to modify the code a little bit to get it to work well. And this will be used for tech support and error handling. Basically, if there's some problem with the transaction and it fails because of like a bad memo or an RPC node failure or whatever, we should get a nice Discord notification in a tech support channel so that we'll be able to take some action on it.
Cool.
So we're coming down the home stretch with this. There's not really a whole lot more to do on the back end side. The bulk of the remaining work is the UI side. So I hope Lion will have some time to turn his attention to that soon. And once we have the basic Ethereum gateway up and running and working well, then we can start thinking about adding ERC20 tokens and expanding its feature set.
And the wrap tokens as well?
Yep, exactly.
Do you have a sense of how long that part of this will be? Is that like a quick fix, or is that just going to be like redoing this from scratch almost, or is it somewhere in the middle?
ERC20 tokens in general should be pretty quick. The gateway already supports them. I just kind of have to find a way to allow us to support multiple tokens at once. Because right now the gateway is designed only to work with a single token, and I want to expand that to handle however many tokens we want. So that'll be the major work there. As far as the wrapped tokens are concerned, that doesn't really concern the gateway at all. That's a whole separate project. That's going to be basically finding some smart contract template for tokens that we can easily deploy on the Ethereum network and figuring out how to do that automatically. So that's kind of its own thing, and not really knowing at this point how long that's going to take.
Okay. Well, that seems pretty critical to this whole ecosystem. So I'm glad to get Ethereum up. That seems like the first step. With it being so easy to get the ERC20s over here, that clearly seems like the next step after that. And then we got to go bury our heads in the sand and go bang out the Hive-Engine token wrapping. So, I just can't, like, Hive is pretty cool, but it needs access to way better capital markets, and anything we can do to help facilitate getting Ethereum money here, I think goes a huge way to helping like Hive's biggest problem is that it's just not worth much as a token, and so it's hard to drag people here. And if we can reverse that trend and get access to capital markets, but without all these expensive fees, and it just feels to me like there's a lot of promise by bridging these two communities, and hopefully we'll see that. Actually, it reminds me that one of the things that I think we should start working on is figuring out how to get, like Splinterlands uses MetaMask as a way to log in. I know that Leo does that. I feel like that's something that we should start looking into, and having here as an option that you can just use MetaMask to log into our front-end websites.
That sounds like a nice next step, actually, because Lion's going to have to do some work with MetaMask anyway for the Ethereum gateway. Basically, there's a process by which you have to use MetaMask to sign a message and link your Ethereum deposit address with your Hive account in order to actually use the gateway. So the code that he writes for that can probably be extended to make some kind of generic MetaMask login type feature.
Yeah, that sounds pretty useful. So yeah, I think that'll be coming up here pretty soon. So hopefully hopefully we can figure that out. Should be good. Other thoughts, Manser, or is that the wrap?
That's it for me. I think the general progression that you mentioned there sounds like a good plan. So we get Ethereum itself working, then we add the ERC20 tokens, and then we look at wrapped tokens. So that's a good progression to work towards.
Okay. What do we got here? Is this Eon? Did Eon just join? Hey, Eon, just congratulations on the witness system. Hopefully you can hear us. But that thing has been phenomenal. I mean, it's just working like a champ. Let me go into. I wrote a post that there were 27. There was like 27 witnesses that are on there. Let me go grab. It's tribaldex.com, and then we click witnesses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There's 28 witnesses. Like, that's amazing, dude. And we're now up to, we're over 15,000 blocks. Like, that's fantastic. Yeah, and the community purchased like $10,000 worth of worker bee. So now there's dev funds to keep everything going. I don't know. This has far surpassed my expectations, and I already had sort of like big dreams for this. So I just want to say, super nice job. Thank you so much. It seems to be going like fantastically well, and that's killer. Now we're doing an upgrade because we're going to go change the number of witnesses, and in fact, I'm even starting to think that 10 plus 1 is too small. If we have, I was worried that we weren't going to get like 7 witnesses. Now we have 27 witnesses, so I'm sort of thinking that we should go all the way up to the 20 plus 1.
One caveat to keep in mind if we expand witnesses any further is that even with 10 plus 1, I think the current witness pay is going to start to feel a bit stretched and barely be enough to cover server costs. So if we go like a full 20 or something, I think we might want to think about adjusting the yearly inflation to make sure that witnesses are still incentivized enough to want to do that.
Well, I get this sense. Well, my thought is that Hive is finally looking like the price is going to go back up. Like it's 17 cents this morning. So if the price goes up, then I'm not sure that like Hive-Engine should be doing more inflation. We should just be riding the fact that Hive is finally going to adjust price course. That and the diesel pools, right? Because there's going to be a diesel pool fee of 1,000 B to go create each one of those diesel pools. And so there should be massive burning. So B should have a pretty good chance of staying right at the peg at 1 Hive.
If it does and Hive continues to go up, then yeah, that's great. But if Hive hovers around this level or goes back down or something, I think it's just something to think about anyway, just to make sure we have a reasonable buffer there.
Well, every time that we want to do this, it's like a hard fork, right? It's not a contract upgrade; it's a hard fork if we want to change the number of witnesses.
The inflation stuff is changing the number of witnesses, and the inflation stuff is now contract level change. Eon put the configuration for that into the sidechain database. If we want to change the number of signatures required to verify blocks, then that's a node upgrade. But just changing the number of witnesses itself is purely a contract update.
Yep, so future, it's a contract update. Oh, not anymore. It's all contract update now.
All contract update.
All right, well, that's perfect. I mean, that's better. Nice work. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I think we have to figure out... I mean, I'm okay pausing for a little bit. I mean, the fact that we have 27 just tells me that we should be doing more. I hear you about the pay, so maybe we don't do it right away. But I think it's okay if we, let's wait like 2 weeks or something and see if this price trend continues. If it goes up, then I think that we could get away with increasing the number of spots, but not changing pay, just because there's more money per B that you're getting anyways. Does that sound like a reasonable approach?
Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me.
So, yeah, for now, let's do... we've already talked about the 10 plus 1. That basically got the support of the community and the witness channel. So let's bring it up to 10 plus 1. And then if by, I don't know, if a couple weeks from now it looks good, then let's up it even further. I don't have any particular interest in going above 21. I feel like mimicking Hive is the way to go. But, we could discuss if that makes sense to do more or less somewhere else. Eon, anything you want to add about the witness contract or that update, or is there more stuff that you want to do? No, it's all good for now. I mean, it's all amazing for now. You freaking knocked it out of the park. So thank you for doing this. Thanks for putting that together. It's awesome. There's the remove delegation thing, but we can do it later. Okay, make someone else do it. I don't know, man. This is going to live in your court for a little while, I think. Hey, no good deed will go unpunished, Eon. You nailed it. So I think it gets to be your baby for a bit. All right. Well, congratulations, sir. You freaking nailed it. Riaz, do you want to go talk about where you're at on tribal decks? Um, and my one caveat for you is just the second that Don Chait is like, hey, these diesel pools are ready to go, please be prepared to drop whatever you're doing in whatever stage it's at and just focus on getting those live.
Hi everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
In terms of tribal decks, the indexer that I have been working on is done. Actually, that's completed to a certain point, not fully done. I am now working on the UI to see if I need any more data to show in the UI. Then I will work on the indexer again. I have uploaded some screenshots, made some templates for NFT showroom and Lency, and the last one is the landing page for OpenHive. If you are looking at the screens, so right now I am indexing Lency, NFT showroom, GCT, Star, Farm, and Mythical.
Yeah, these look great.
So only 2 templates are done. Rest of the templates I'm looking forward to complete within this week. And also working on the card system, as this card system will be very complex because we have limitations on same simple in one order, and then one NFT, all the NFTs of an order should be from one symbol. So that's limitation is kind of hard to get around, but working on it. Hopefully this will be done within this week too. And I'm ready to work on the diesel full as well. And also one other good news is that doubleup.io has been released. It's now live and kicking.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah,
Also, I have made the change you have requested. That's also live as of this
oh,
morning.
oh, good. I'll go check out some of those pools and see if the predictive market pools make a little bit more sense to me now. That should be good.
Yep. So that's all from me this morning.
So I bought dieselpools.com. What do you, I kind of think that it makes the most sense to do a little bit like what we're doing with DSwap of like, here's where all of the information lives, and then we figure out ways to make it easy to put like just parts of it on other sites. I'm kind of thinking that we might do that for dieselpools.com. I haven't like fully made up my mind, but I figured if that's a term we're using, I should lock that website down now. But as you think through like us running our own uniswap, like there's going to be a bunch that you want to track, and that's more than just the common experience of swapping. I don't know. You have thoughts on that? Do we only need that on tribal decks or Hive-Engine? Should it live on NFT showroom? Do you think we also need like dieselpools.com? What do you think is going to make the best user experience?
I think we can put this into tribal decks. That would be better, as we will be working on the other contracts there, like pack manager and others. So that it will be better for the marketing if we put it in the tribal decks. But
Okay.
then another thing is that if we put it in the tribal decks, then the URL would not be very user friendly. So maybe we can redirect the dieselpool.com to a page on tribal decks.
Yeah. I mean, what we do in week one and what we do a year out when we've had more time to push all this stuff out, who knows? But yeah, there's plenty to. I don't know. Just I'm okay starting on tribal decks and putting it there to begin with, but I do want to think through, as we move through the priority list and get through the contracts and start thinking, how do we make honestly, from all the things that I think we're doing, the pools are probably going to be the ones that are the most financially game changing for the ecosystem. Like the plan is to make these pools feeless, And so, like, if on Ethereum you have to go do $180 in gas fees just to go plant your swap, like that's gonna be ugly. That's not good at all. But if you can do the same thing here, but it's literally free, both because there's no trading fees, but also because like there's no gas fees, that's pretty good incentive for the user. I mean, I don't know what else I could do other than give other incentives from the different tokens.
Yep, pretty excited to see how that come to be. I think that should be finished within this week. If
Okay.
Yep, as per down chat.
All right. Well, I'm glad to have you working full time on Tribal Decks. It's good that we got enough of the other projects off the ground so that this can be our focus, because it's going to be great. I'm so stoked to see all these NFTs come alive, and you'll have them. Tell me a little bit about the markets. So, like, I'm going to be able to buy these and sell these in other tokens, other than like swap.hive. I'm going to be able to use PAL or Leo or others. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's actually the management part of our collection. Right now, I am only building the market. This will list the already existing NFTs that are put for sale on the market. So when I will be working on the management of the collection, then we will be able to sell any NFTs for any Hive-Engine tokens. Actually, not any. We will limit the tokens to a few that we will define.
Okay.
But yeah, we in case of OpenSea list every Ethereum NFTs because they have a set structure. But in our case, we have to be careful about which NFT we add, because all the every new NFT will require some code changes to be listed on the tribal deck.
Well, it's sort of a good problem to have. I know it's not great, but if we're getting a bunch of new NFT projects that want to sign up, then that's a big deal. All right.
Yep, and that also enable us to customize the page for display the NFTs. Like if you can see the screenshots, we have a similar templates for Lency and NFT showroom, because they are both art sites and might have some occasional videos. But the pages for the DCT and A-Star cards will be very different than this one, because they have smaller card pictures and lot less information than Lency and NFT showroom has.
Okay. No, do your best. You're planning on getting Splinterlands cards to be listed up here too, or no?
I think Splinterlands has to do it by themselves, like create a NFT or some bridging protocol between Hive-Engine and Splinterlands,
Okay. Well, maybe
like
we'll.
they currently have in case of Ethereum.
All right. Well, maybe Manser or Matt, I'll have to go figure that out with them then. Figure out what that might look like.
Yep.
All right. Other stuff. This is looking good.
No, this is all from me.
All right. Sweet. Bait, you want to talk us through mobile? Where are you at, sir?
Okay, so good afternoon, guys. I spent the last couple of days working on the cross-platform styling. Then I sent I had to be working on the integration of mobile keychain. But while testing that, I ran into some issues. Sent some feedback to StudeCare to make it closer to perfection. But however, the first release should be going out on Saturday. I think by Saturday we should have something to test. Then while waiting for keychain to be perfected for the feedback, I am working on smart lock and also biometrics for both iOS and Android. Yes. I think that's all from my end for now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think
And I think I just have to maybe leave this first. This is what is going to. But for now, keychain isn't really perfected, so I'm just leaving a screenshot of. And then
looking good. All right, guys. Well, I think we can call that a morning then. There's a lot of exciting things that are happening. February is just a phenomenal month for this project, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So let's get Ethereum working. Let's get Open Hive out to the world. Let's get diesel pools like functioning as quickly as we can on all the different sites. I guess Lion had an update, so I can read this. I didn't know if he was going to make it for this, but hey guys, I'll be joining a bit later today. Hopefully I can make it with my previous meeting ending on time. Just in case, an update from my end, another great progress made on the depositing of crypto tokens in DSwap. I've added support for coins below in the test environment and currently testing out various scenarios that covers. Sorry guys. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Swift, Bitcoin Cash, and Doge. Was able to make a couple of Litecoin to PAL conversions, so that's good. Please wait for my go before testing it. Next step is to add other cryptos like EOS, Steam, Sand, etc. Automatic crypto withdrawals for swaps like BTC to EOS. So the DSwap side seems to be coming along too. So pretty excited for that. So anyways, just tons of good development here. Really appreciate the group working hard on this stuff. And that's what I got. So thanks so much. Let's have a killer week. Let's get these pools live and hopefully open. Actually, Riaz, what's your sense on when you think Open Hive will go live on the Tribal Deck site?
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Alrighty. All right, minus whatever delays we add for diesel pools, but we'll see. All right, guys, good work. Thanks, everybody, and we'll be checking in the Discord over the week. Thanks all.
yeah, thanks.